We'll start on an auspicious note. Request all of us to rise up for the Tamil Thai Vaalthu, followed by the Vande Mataram.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் மதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் சுஜலாம் சுஃபலாம் மலயஜ ஷீதலாம் சஸ்யஷ்யாமலாம் மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
Thank you. Please be seated. Check. Let's begin this program with a welcome address by Professor Mahesh Panchagnula, the Dean Alumni and Corporate Relations, who's been an ardent supporter of the initiative and given wings to the program. Over to you, Professor Mahesh.
Good morning, and a very happy Women's Day to all of my colleagues and fellow students of IIT Madras. It's a delight to be here this morning on the occasion of the announcement of the WLI grant awardees. This is the third installment of the WLI grants program, and we've had overwhelmingly positive response and very overflowing with gratitude from all of the previous year awardees, and it's always gratifying to see donor money being put to good use and donor money being acknowledged with a sense of gratitude. So I want to start on that note to acknowledge our friends from the IIT Madras Foundation that are online, GDS, Rohini, and I don't know, Girish, Kamal and others that have been instrumental from the very ideations, none of us want to hear ourselves. So we've been at we want to acknowledge the friends from the IITM Foundation in the United States, which is our sort of friendly organization that helps us achieve our goals here at IIT Madras. The foundation has been leading this initiative from the front, ideating with us as to what would be an impactful way to create a program that would touch as many women students of IIT Madras as possible, and also raising the necessary funds to make this to give it wings. In particular, I see GDS, Rohini and others here. I want to thank you all for your support over the many years of not just this program, but of IIT Madras broadly. It gives me great pleasure to also talk about the reason we do this program. If you look at primary schools in India, our gross enrollment ratio in primary schools today is 100%. That means all kids below the age of about 8 or 9 are in primary schools somewhere. And 50% of the students there are women or girls. Come secondary schools, it is still 50% women in the class, even though the GER drops slightly. Come to college education, whether it is arts and science or commerce or engineering, across the entire college spectrum, our women student enrollment is about 35%. So you see there is a drop off from women who complete 12th grade. Some of them don't choose to come into college. You keep moving that needle forward. In our own PhD program here, we are roughly between 25 to 30% women students. But take one more step forward and you ask how many faculty are women on our campus. Answer is only about 10%. Across all IITs, it is about 12. So we are slightly below the all IIT average. So one of the stated purposes of this program is to exactly solve this problem. We would like to see more of you continue on through your PhD and after your PhD and potentially find a faculty position at one of the IITs, IISc or NITs or any other place. This is our desire. This is the desire with which all of us came together, the foundation, the institute, all of us came together to create this program. So I hope that this grant is a small step to enable you to continue on in your research and education journey, where you will choose to move on into actually taking on a faculty role somewhere and propagating this message forward. Propagating the message that we need more women as academic faculty. Okay. I want to close by acknowledging Preeti. Preeti is also on the call. It's pretty early in the morning in Zanzibar. Hi, Preeti. As you know, she is India's first women director of any IIT Madras. She was part of the core team that ideated WLI along with the foundation, and you can see why this is important. It is important for all of us to show the breadth of talent both among men and women in India in equal measure. Thank you all and wish you all again a happy Women's Day.
Thank you, Professor Mahesh, for that warm and very encouraging welcome, and for setting the context for us from the macro picture to the micro picture. It gives me great pleasure now to welcome the next speaker. As Professor Mahesh said, the next speaker is someone who has exemplified the program for us as a woman leading IITM, not just in India, but as the first woman leading IITM in the first IIT outside our country. So please put your hands together and welcome Professor Preeti to share a few words on the journey of WLI and how it all began. Over to you, Professor.
Padma, it's such a pleasure. I hope you all can hear me okay. It's such a pleasure to be part of this event from across the seas. This has been a program that has been close to my heart since inception. One of the things that I often feel is that as the IITs evolve, particularly IIT Madras, it's more and more evident that our real assets, those that we are most proud of, are our PhD scholars. Our PhD scholars, the 3,000 of them on average that are on campus every day, are working so hard building a very unique research and innovation culture. I don't think in all my travels and studies abroad, I've seen something like this in any other university, whatever the ranking be of it. So I'm enormously proud of IIT Madras and also the PhD scholars of IIT Madras. Within that, the fact that WLI can support the women PhD scholars in this, I think really I think is so important. This program has grown and evolved over the years. As some of you may know, it was started during COVID times when COVID disproportionately disadvantaged our women scholars, particularly those with families and children and so on. And they lost significant amount of really productive research time thanks to COVID. And it was remarkable that the IITM Foundation came in and said, there is this need. Let's get together and find a way to make sure that we don't lose these really intelligent young persons from the research cadre, from the workforce and so on, because that was what was at stake at that point. In recent years, it has grown. It does largely support women PhD scholars and postdocs who have had, due to various compulsions and complications, loss of time during the course of their journey. But it also is definitely become what we dreamt of it being, that it is an award. It is an acknowledgement that, look to the world, that look, here's a researcher from the IIT Madras family, gender female, and her achievements are remarkable and her dreams are aspirational, and she's going to, when she is an alumnus of this institution, she's going to conquer the world in her own unique way. Thank you, Professor Mahesh, for making the call out for more of our kind, for more women faculty to be in this system. That's fantastic. I do completely agree with you that that's something that we need. We really need to work actively and urgently on that. But also our PhD scholars, our women PhD scholars have entrepreneurial dreams. I know that there'll be top-notch researchers in the corporate sectors and so on. And I hope that some of those also fructify for them, due to the little bit of help that's given by WLI. I also want to acknowledge that the administration, IT administration, has been so supportive of this. And, it is really good that we could run this program in the way that we conceived it and moved it forward. For me personally, I have just been a member of the committee, and others, Jaita and so on, who have led the effort. I'm very grateful to them for including me despite the distances and also, I think, the little bit of delays that I have brought into the process. I want to congratulate all the awardees of this year, also pat on their back the previous awardees. Some of them, in terms of character, demonstrate so much. Ms. Sumani, who handles the project, will tell you that some of our women awardees from previous year have come forward and said that, look, I'm done with my PhD. I was awarded a stipend for 10 months, but I'm already done with my PhD. I'd like to give back for the rest of the 4 months. I'd like to give back the funding so others like me who are more in need can be supported. And this has not been just one anecdotal story. This has been what many of the previous awardees have done. So I think we are building something that is beyond just stipend support or funding, etc. I believe that we are building the type of citizen that we can genuinely be proud of, who's absolutely aspirational in terms of work ethic and results and research potential, but also as a human being. I'll close with this. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a genuine pleasure, and I'm really missing being there in AMM Auditorium. Hope to be back soon.
Thank you very much, Professor Preeti. Truly, Professor, despite her super busy schedule, she still made time to participate this year as well as a member of the committee. So we're really thankful to you for that, Professor Preeti. And indeed, as she shared, the spirit of the entire program to equip, to enable, to empower, so that every one of you, every one of the women here, the grantees, would excel and go on to come out with extraordinary research. And that's really what we all hope for. Gives me great pleasure now to invite our director, Professor Kamakoti, whose revolutionary thoughts on IITM for all has challenged the IIT landscape, not to mention the educational landscape across India. And I think the IITM for all fits in so beautifully as a global philosophy, which also kind of takes in this WLI program into its fold. So over to you, Director, for your words. Please put your hands together and welcome them.
Thank you very much. So the woman leading IITM was started by Preeti, and surely today she is leading IITM. So let's put all our hands for this. Very apt. Preeti, same from our end. We miss your physical presence here, but I'm sure you're doing great service to IIT Madras, which I think is going to put IIT Madras, already has put, but will put IIT Madras more in the great steep path of growth. WLI, as I see here, has had what we call as Panch Pran. One is increasing the percentage of women faculty in assistant professors to 20% from the current 15% when it was launched in 2021. And today we are very close to 17%. Okay, so when my target is that we should touch 30%. And that is what we will surely work towards. And I'm very confident that with some of the new courses where we find more women actually pursuing PhD, like the medical sciences and AI and data analytics, I think we will be in a position to bridge this gap quite well. The second one is to generate 30% of all faculty applications from women candidates. Grantees expected to graduate to leadership roles within IIT Madras. And next generation ambassadors for enabling a gender balanced IITM, and establish an award for women faculty in leadership. Institute already has awards for staff in leadership, and given the good presence of women in staff, many have been getting it over the years. So these are the 5 principles on which WLI started. I think we are progressing very, very well, and we are seeing a good confidence among women to take up leadership roles. So I must put on record, Preeti, I take your permission to tell what happened when we discussed about this Zanzibar campus. So it was a fine afternoon at Delhi where I went and told that we would like to start a campus somewhere in Nepal or Sri Lanka, our neighbors, right? That's where they need, or Bangladesh. And the Honorable Minister told that we must look deep south and let us start in Africa, and that will be very rewarding. I became a bit sad. Okay, I went with something and this something, and he said some Zanzibar, Tanzania. I did not know any clue. But then when we came here and presented this to Raghu and Mahesh, and then came Preeti, who just took it just like that. Within, I think, maximum you took half an hour, Preeti, wherein she said, I will lead it and take it forward. So thank you very much. And within 6 months, we had got the campus running. And I was told that when Honorable Prime Minister was taking some review, and he said, when are the classes starting? And they said, it's already started. Right? So within just a matter of 6 months, we had the admissions done. First class, ABCD was written on the board. So this is something phenomenal. I think this is also a proof that we are growing up in all facets, and the contribution of women in bringing these big laurels to our institute is on the rise, and we will make an earnest attempt, sincere attempt from heart, to make this more and more as a event at IIT Madras. Next is to, of course, I'm very happy that my great friend GDS is involved in this. GDS, I used to admire you for all the S grades you get in the courses. I was also a TA for some time. But this gives me more excitement. Thanks to you and Aruna for, you are the first donors of WLI. And I know GDS always thinks out of the box. And that you have thought about WLI and you have brought this funding to IIT Madras. Thank you very much, GDS. And then, of course, Rohini, you have been a very good contribution to the IIT Madras Foundation, and also a woman representative. We're very proud to have you as our alumnus, Rohini, and looking forward to your more contribution in terms of making this WLI much more successful. It's not just the funding, but also the many other aspects of trying to strengthening this program, and more ideas, and your involvement is something I'm sure you're going to involve yourself, but I also make that as a request here. And of course, a lot of people have been taking up very important roles. Rupa has been, Rupa, Jaita, all have been contributing to many, many interesting things in the campus. Rupa has the diversity, and she has brought a lot of great things that normally we miss. And these are some things that are pointed, and we are taking very immediate actions to bring in this equality and diversity and equality within the campus and in the inclusivity, which is very, very important. Now, and of course to Indu, who has been leading many things, and one of the phenomenal things that Indu has led is the Carbon Zero Challenge, where we are already seeing some around 7 to 8 startups. And this year, for our goal of 100 startups, Indu, I'm just putting out around at least 20 should come from LCSCZ C, right? Right. So these are some very things that we did not see in IIT, say 20 years before. Now we are seeing those things, and I'm sure the contribution of women for these very interesting new exploration is phenomenal. And so let me again sign off saying, great days ahead. And from the administration side, I assure you that we will continue this journey with the same spirit, not more spirit, and see that this program, specifically the WLI, will be a world-class program. And it's not just a program, but we'll show results which would be tangible, and we will see the growth of women in our administrative structure and the leadership roles. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Kamakoti. Truly an enabling environment. With that, a woman can reach the greatest heights unimaginable. And thank you so much for encouraging women empowerment at IIT Madras and as a philosophy. And I'm sure most of our women here would be always carry this with tremendous gratitude in your hearts. I would now like to welcome Professor Jaita Bhattacharya, who's our WLI chairperson. She's from the Department of Physics. To please come forward and share your experiences. Please put your hands together and welcome, Professor.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's event. It's a beautiful day, being a Women's Day celebration, as well as we are talking of young researchers in IIT Madras, female researchers, of course. So what I'll do is, after all these beautiful comments on the program itself and the Thanksgiving, I will directly go to this year's numbers. Let me give you an overview of what happened this year. So, please. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, so I guess we all are now aware of the program itself. So I would want to reach out to the guides. We have invited the guides today, as well as I would want to reach out to all the faculties to encourage your women scientists in the group to apply for these support. We all know that many a time we overshoot our 5 years of HTRA due to various reasons. We women face very specific problems as we go by, and this is something that will help you go ahead and finish your PhD. So this is, I would say, the main aim of this particular grant program. And so as you see that this is the fourth year that we are awarding this grants, and the number has increased. So we have tried to, encourage as many students and support as many women in research to go ahead and finish the degree, because as Professor Kamakoti has said that, we need more women in the field, and we cannot lose them in the way. So this support is for you to finish the degree and go ahead. We are talking of women leading IITs, and that can only be seeded after you have finished your PhD and carry on with your career. So this is a support to complete. So we don't want people to drop out. We anyway have very few people. Yeah, it's only 30% of women researchers in PhD, so we have no way we can lose on them as well. So this is where we are. And if you see, of course, the awardees, they are primarily from PhD, they are primarily PhD scholars, and we also have given to a few of the other, researchers as well. But because this is mostly for finishing your PhD, and as you see, it has been spread over various departments. But a quick look shows that various departments have only one applicant or even zero applications. So I think people are not so aware of this program, or maybe those departments particularly have finished their PhDs on time. I don't know, but I think we should encourage. We should spread the news. I request the grantees that please, tell others that this is a program which will help you to go through. Tell your juniors that if you pass beyond 5 years, you are here to apply, and we are there to support your work. Okay? And the types of awards. I think the major chunk of the grants are for HTRA, I mean supporting your livelihood. The HTRA has stopped beyond 5 years, so this is something to let you go ahead. There are some small funds given to consumables as well, but this is not a project grant. Yeah, we have other project agencies to apply for your projects. This is for you, your personal growth and support as you carry on with your PhD and finish it off. Yeah, I think when I see the applications, I find that there are too few an application. I think there are more students. They have come to me later on that, ma'am, I did not know about it. We have spread the news through emails, but I think a personal, in departments as well, if you just tell people around, and that is the whole reason we wanted the guides to be here, that please, we have to get this going, and we have to have guides encourage their research scholars to apply for it. Okay? So we have a few which has been awarded for a year support of HTRA. A chunk of it is 6 months because most of them have nearly finished their work and are opting for a few more months to finish the thesis or to just finalize some of the experiments and wind up. But this is something I would want to bring at this point, that we also have to remember the more time we spend on PhD, the less time we have to get into the next level. And now, age bars are very strict in all recruitment in further in academics. You're applying for assistant professorship, there is an age bar there, a little relaxed for women, but not that much, right? So we cannot lose time. If we find that we have enough, please wind up and go ahead to the next step. Because postdoctoral research is a very different experience and it gives you independence without a guide, and that is where actually things work out and you get trained to be the future leader in your career. So I hope most of them will finish their PhD and come back to us very soon. So these are the photos of the awardees. So I thank IIT Madras and the whole team of people who have worked on it, getting the applications, reviewing them, and finally finalizing and helping out in today's, coming to this point where we are having these grantees, and we hope that we soon hear news from your end that you have winded it up and WLI support played an integral role in your completion of your PhDs and your work. Thank you. All the best for your career.
Check. Thank you very much, Professor Jaita, for that comprehensive presentation, taking us through the journey of WLI for this year. We will now watch a video featuring the testimonials of the last year's beneficiaries of WLI.
The award was really helpful to meet the research expenses, especially the editing process of my thesis, both grammatically and structurally. Also, at a time when we have no income of our own, the WLI grant was really helpful to pay the institute fee to boost my confidence. Thank you once again, WLI team, for speeding up my research process.
The project for which we won the WLI grant last year was From Offensive to Effective, Designing Chatbots to Combat Domestic Violence. This grant actually helped us to reach out to several experts across India by hiring a research associate. So we were able to get data from nearly 30 plus experts based on interviews. We are currently analyzing this data and we are sure it would have a huge impact on designing the bot and also on getting the bot ready for public use. Once again, thank you very much.
I'm really grateful for the award which I received the last 6 months, and I was able to concentrate more on my research, and I obtained visible research outputs during that tenure. And this bolstered my professional reputation as a research scholar. I was able to balance my family life as well during this time.
I started my PhD journey in 2018, but due to COVID, I could not complete my experimental work in due course of my PhD. My scholarship ended, but with the help of WLI scholarship, I could complete my work and have successful journal papers and publications. I have filed for a patent for my work also. So I thank the whole team of WLI. Thank you.
Last year, I have closed my 5 years of my PhD, and I was facing a lot of problems, including financial needs. And there, I received the support from WLI last year, and it made a huge difference in my work. I have communicated 2 papers during this time. And now I am writing my thesis. So I extend my sincere gratitude to WLI team.
I express my heartfelt gratitude for each and every member of WLI 2023 for the financial assistance they have provided me with so far. This financial assistance has lifted a great amount of burden from my shoulders and hence has truly made a difference in this research career so far. I sincerely express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every member of WLI 2023 for the support they have given and the moral support they have provided with so far. Thank you, WLI 2023.
Last year, I got this WLI 2023 award, and I'm very grateful for this award because last year around this time I was going through a lot of stress because of the financial burden I was going through, and because of that I couldn't able to focus on my thesis writing, but luckily I got this award during that time, and I because of that I could able to overcome the stress I was going through, and peacefully I could focus on writing my thesis. And after receiving that award, within 3 months, I finished my thesis writing. Currently, I'm waiting for my Viva and I got job as well. And I want to thank the WLI selection team for giving me this opportunity as well.
I received my WLI award when my STRA fellowship had expired. My PI had retired and there were no funding sources to support my work. It is only because of the WLI award that I was able to successfully finish my work, and it supported me financially, provided the moral boost that enabled me to complete my thesis that I will be submitting soon. Thank you, WLI, for your support.
I have been awarded with WLA in the year of 2023 for the title of Hydrogels, a game changer to be in water sustainability. Specifically, this WLA award has helped at my crucial time of my PhD, aiding me with financial backup. Awards like WLA unite researchers together and eases our goals of making science accessible to people. I thank the alumni donors of IIT Madras and ICSR IIT Madras for giving us this golden opportunity.
Since my fellowship ended in 3.5 years of my PhD, as I carried it over from my MPhil, this fellowship has helped me immensely in conducting my archival research all over India, and also helped me in finishing the last leg of my whole research. My heartfelt thanks to the WLI team and our alumni, and thank you so much.
Because of COVID, we lost around 1.5 years, and then I had a break due to my pregnancy and delivery. After that, without a financial support, continuing my studies was quite difficult for me. WLA gave me a 6-month support with which I rejoined and started my research again. Without WLA, for me, it wasn't easy for me to restart my studies. Thanks, WLA. Thank you so much for your support.
The scholarship not only helped me financially, but also boosted my confidence to get through a difficult time in my life. It is amazing to see women coming together for each other through a platform like WLI. WLI has also enabled me to attend conference and seminars where I could showcase my work. It was with this support that I could successfully publish a piece of my work on AC's applied nanomaterials on this year. I would once again like to thank WLI, whose support has helped many women like myself to resist several pressure from the society and to continue our work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's one thing to have a dream and another to have someone stand behind that dream and give it that much needed push. Please join me in welcoming Sri GDS Ramkumar and Srimati Aruna Bhamidipatti, who have been instrumental in giving wings to the WLI dream, who are one of the first donors to support the cause. We invite you to speak a few words, sir and madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you can hear us. Yeah, such an honor to be here. I'm here with my wife, Aruna. Really amazing opportunity to be with Dean Mahesh and Director Kamakoti. I'm really reminded of my years back at IIT Madras studying with Professor Kamakoti under his supervision as teaching assistant. I want to say a few words about what inspired us to give and my experience at IIT Madras. I did my BTech thesis with Professor Kamala Kritivasan. She was the first head of department at IIT Madras, a woman head of department. She had an amazing career, and I didn't realize at the time how difficult and how amazing the accomplishment was. But now, looking back, it's so amazing that I owe a debt of gratitude for learning technical skills, writing skills, and inspiration, thanks to Professor Kamala Kritivasan. Also, Professor Tim Gonzalez, I want to mention him, from whom I learned operating systems. He was responsible, as he went on to be director at IIT Mandi, and responsible for the supernumerary program for the JEE. Again, very inspiring work. I'm very proud of how far IIT Madras has come, and under the leadership of Director Kamakoti, it's really amazing. This program, WLI, would not be possible without my colleagues at IITM Foundation, Rohini, Girish, and Kamal, who are not here. Maybe they're in the other audience. And yeah, did you want to add anything?
Sure, I'll add a few words. Ram and I guess he's known as GDS. We started off, we met when we were graduate students, and we struggled through my PhD, his PhD, and every one of those testimonials really touched my heart. I remember being in those, I remember those years so very clearly, the stress of experiments, the financial burden, having young children, not quite knowing what would come next. And to have a community support and hold would have been tremendous for me. And I hope that we're able to create conditions for success of so many amazing women in a manner that I would have yearned for during those years. And Ram's been amazing, and I hope that we can extend the same to many more. Thank you so very much.
And thank you. Before I forget, donors of, again, I'm sorry I can't see if anyone is in the audience or anyone is listening in, but thank you to all of the donors of WLI. Thank you.
Thank you very much, GDS sir and Aruna ma'am, for your beautiful gifts of gratitude and heartwarming words. We are truly grateful for how you are looking at paying it forward and creating a reality for our students today, which you didn't experience then, and we're really grateful for that. Now over to Ms. Rohini Chakravarti, board member, IIT Madras Foundation, who's been captaining this initiative for us and has been a very loyal and staunch supporter of women's rights, not just here, but all across. Please put your hands together and welcome her. Please speak a few words, Ms. Rohini.
Sure, Padma. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And I really echo everything that's been said so far. Rohini Chakravarti, I've been a board member of the IITM Foundation for the past 6 years or so. and IIT Madras, I overlap with Preeti, so I've known her for now almost 30 years. So, we all go back a long ways, but IITM has been the common thread in all of our lives. Um, as Professor Mahesh mentioned, we during COVID, we really started to think about the impact of these hardships and really the extraordinary environment that we were all in, which placed demands on everybody, but especially we felt like we needed to do something for our women graduate students as well as faculty and other students. And that's when we approached IITM with some ideas and really ideated on a program which would be groundbreaking as well as something that was grassroots based, something that helped people on the ground. And Professor Preeti and Professor Indumati Nambi, many of the people of the Women's Forum, Professor Liji Philip, all of them stepped forward and really thought through how we might help. And I think through the first couple of iterations, we settled on really focusing on this issue of PhD students facing a gap and financial difficulties, which were exacerbated by COVID. So really happy to see this is the fourth year of grant making. We kind of started with the first year where GDS and Aruna, generously gave the entire grant amount. They funded the first year of grants, and since then we have had over 100 donors, and it's really appropriate that we have now crossed 100 awardees and grantees. So it's all in all, it feels wonderful that it's the community coming together. And this is one of those areas where there is a lot of donor support. So, I saw that there were 81 applications and there were only 38 that we could honor. The demand for this is high, and this is something that, we should protect, do this, keep the calendar, keep going, but we could also grow it from here. And certainly the larger alumni community would really welcome that. So, really great to be here, and happy International Women's Day tomorrow. Thanks for having us on this grand occasion, and congratulations to all the awardees on this huge prestigious honor you're receiving.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rohini, for your steadfast support and leadership in this initiative throughout. We look forward to expanding this program multifold with year-on-year increase of grantees. We can look at it as a good problem, a positive problem, because now we need more funding to support more women, and therefore it's a challenge, year-on-year challenge for us. And hopefully we will extend it to Zanzibar as well in the years to come. We will surely extend it to Zanzibar as well. So please put your hands together for that encouragement from the director. And thank you very much, Rohini, Ms. Rohini, again for sharing your words. Now over to Professor Indumati Nambi to share her experience of the journey so far in being one of the board one of the members of the committee for WLI 2024.
Thank you, Padma, and thank you the entire WLI team for having me here. And it's really a very, very interesting journey since the first call I had with Rohini on a Sunday morning, I remember, 4 years ago. And we ideated on a lot of things we could do for the women in IIT Madras. And we had put together what all we can do and all that, but COVID struck, and then we had to face this major issue which our research scholars were facing. And so the last 4 WLI, most of the funds were directed to support our research scholars, and I think that's a priority for all of us. And we are seeing a lot of these successful women graduate and going to better places, better jobs, better profile. And we find that all applicants, as we reviewed applications year after year, every applicant has a need and the research work is exemplary, and we would love to support all of them. So I reach out to our foundation again to look at more funds to support this initiative and also all the other initiatives we have been planning, which has been put on hold for a while. This year actually is invest in women. That's the theme of this year's Women's Day. But I really appreciate our IITM Foundation, which has thought about this 5 years ahead and have been investing in the women in IITM and making progress. From the other side, from the Women's Forum side, and we are working with the administration to enable women. Funding is one part of it, which is a major part of it, but then there are a lot of other things which women need in the campus to enable them walk through the journey of PhD, like environment where women can congregate, particularly Tech Kids, the director is here. There is a lot of requests from PhD scholars, both inside and outside campus for putting their kids in Tech Kids. If possible, we can support in enhancing the Tech Kid facilities. And also career, I think they need hand-holding in career, as rightly director was telling about entrepreneurship. All women scholars here and in the institute should look at other career opportunities beyond research and academia. The whole country, the central and the state governments have opened their doors to women entrepreneurs in a big, big way. So there is support coming from all sides, institute and outside. And even as you grow in your career, like mid-career and senior career, there is a demand for women to be on the boards of different companies and governments. And I think most of us in IIT Madras, since there are very few women in that position, we are overwhelmed with such requests. Okay, so definitely, as Professor Mahesh also said, we need women in these higher positions. All of you should continue the journey. Several alarming statistics are showing that post-PhD is the biggest drop in the women numbers taking over as an employment. It's continuing their career in engineering and STEM and all those. So we don't want that to happen for the women going out of IIT Madras. Okay, please reach out to us if you want career guidance. We need to have balance. We need to, all of us at this stage, we have recognize the fact that work-life balance is very, very difficult. We all are cognizant of that fact. So please do reach out to us at Women's Forum. We are having mentorship programs. We need your support to have these mentorship programs, both as mentees, if you want mentorship. Women faculty and women alumni are ready to support you as mentors, and many of you can become mentors to the junior PhD scholars. So they also need to walk through the journey just like you. So I reach out to all of you, the WLI awardees, to become mentors, and even if you need support, please do reach out to us. With that, I would like to close. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Professor Indu. As an active proponent of women's rights on campus and fostering a nurturing environment for women, you know who you need to reach out to if you need any support. We will now come to a key portion of the program, which is the announcement of the 2024 grantees of WLI. As we call out your names, we request you to come forward and receive a certificate from the dignitaries on the dais. So, Prof, if you could just come forward, they can just join you in the picture. If you could just... Shanmuga Priya, if you are here, please come forward. Bindu Pal, if you are here, can you please come forward? Her research is on resistant spot welding of aluminum panel for automotive battery casing. So, okay, we'll move on to Nela Pragati Sneha. Please come forward. Nela from Biotechnology. Pragyan Smriti, please come forward. Urminder Kaur, please come forward and receive your certificate. Banashri Sharma, if you are here, please come forward. Pandirappa Priyanka, please come forward if you are here. Sancharini Mitra. Shravani Potam. Shravani, if you're here. Can we have Namita D'Souza, please? Okay, all right, okay, fine. So Sharmila, please come forward. This is Sharmila. Can we have Atira, please? Please come up next. Pavani, can we please have you? We next have Kirtana, followed by Uma. Please come forward. Alaka Nanda Pradhan and Reshma, could you please come forward? Carol Blazy and Neetu, could you please come forward? Shuchi Sharma and Inemai, followed by Richa Gupta and Kalyani, please come forward. So this is so can we have Shuchi, please? Oh, that's Shuti. Suchi? Okay, no problem. Okay, Shuchi, why don't you come forward? We'll put your slide up and you can have a picture as well. Please. Is Carol here? Carol's not here. Okay. Is Inimai here? Inimai, please come forward. For paucity of time, I'm not going into your research titles and your department, etc. Please bear with me. It's all up on the slide. So this is Inimai. Inimai. Can we have Richa Gupta? Kalyani, please. Is Kalyani here? Go, Kalyani. Can we have Geeta Jairaj, please? And Ria Arora. This is Ria Arora. We next have Janani. This is Janani, followed by Shriparna Sarkar. Shriparna Sarkar. Can we have Ms. Vidya Mani, please? Please welcome Sonia. This is Sonia, followed by Priya, if Priya is here. We now have Priya. Next in line, can we have Robin Rati, please? That's Robin. Anuja, could you please step forward? This is Anuja. We next have Geeta Priyam. Geeta Priyai. Please come forward. That's Geeta Priyai. Can we have Brinda, please? Lining up. This is Brinda. I welcome Bodu Vinisha. Can we next have Rashmi? Shanmuga Priya, if you are here, please step forward. This is Rashmi. Ms. Neetu Sasikumar, if you are here, please step forward. Yeah, Neetu. Yeah. Okay. Yes, okay. Shanmuga Priya is not here, right? And Bindu Pal, you're not here. Bindu Pal, you're here. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone here whose name has not been called, or you walked in late? Then we can quickly give it out. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Request the dignitaries to please come back to your seats. We now come to the closure of today's program. I'd like to formally invite Professor Rupashree Baral, Department of Management Studies, IIT Madras, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So, hi everyone. A warm welcome to all present, both physically and virtually, at this Women Leading IITM event. It brings me a great joy to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for joining us today. Of course, a lot of Thanksgiving has already happened, but I would like to, take this privilege to formally thank everybody over here. I begin by expressing sincere appreciation to the dedicated committee members, Professor Jaita, who led the team, Professor Preeti, who is there, Professor Indumati, Professor Guhan, Professor Sanat Kumar, for their pivotal role in the meticulous selection process for this WLI grant, and they followed a very rigorous and fair and transparent selection process. Special thanks to Sumani, who is here. I think she was the person behind the scene who did a lot of hard work. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank her for her continuous support, and I'm sure the chairperson and everybody will join me in that, for all her hard work and done all the background work ready for us and complete the evaluation on time. A special acknowledgement goes to our generous donors. I think we have already thanked every one of you, those who are not present here also, whose persistent support has definitely been instrumental in realizing this vision for WLI, Women Leading IITM. Your belief in our mission and ongoing contributions are deeply valued, empowering and uplifting women scholars at IIT Madras. Our heartfelt thanks also are extended to the team of IIT Madras Foundation led by Ms. Rohini, and for their unwavering support and guidance throughout this journey. Special recognition goes to you, Rohini, and Mr. GDS Ramkumar and Mrs. Aruna for their integral role for initiating and continuing to support this particular mission of IIT Madras and ensuring the success of WLI. We are honored by the esteemed presence of our distinguished leaders, Professor V. Kamakoti, Director of IIT Madras, Professor Mahesh Panchagunla, Dean of SCR Office, Mr. Kaviraj, I am not sure whether he is there. He is the CEO, Office of Institutional Advancement. Your visionary leadership and non-wavering support has been very instrumental in advancing women's empowerment at IIT Madras. Further, our deepest gratitude is extended to the faculty members and guides. I'm very happy to see the guides sitting here and encouraging their research scholars. I think without your endorsement and support, their journey cannot be smooth. So thank you so much for that. Your encouragement and guidance are definitely valuable in nurturing their research endeavors, and I'm sure now they need it more to complete their journey and with a great satisfaction in their heart and mind. So our heartfelt gratitude to the Dean ACR office, I think all of you who are behind the scene and putting all your hard work to make this event a success today. I can definitely say that with a lot of assurance. And lastly, our heartfelt congratulations are extended to all the women over here who have been awarded this grant. Your achievements are the testament to your dedication and promise to contribute significantly to your fields of research and as well as beyond. As Professor Indumati said, we would like to see you as a support, a mentor to many women who are also, pursuing similar kind of dreams like you. In closing, I extend my sincere thanks to all for your unwavering support and dedication to the cause of this women's empowerment at IIT Madras. Together, we continue to strive towards a more inclusive and equitable future, as Professor Kamakoti has already said. With this hope and a lot of congratulations to all of you and thanks to everybody over here, I sign off. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Rupashri, for your crisp and rich vote of thanks. Request all of us to rise up for the national anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all once again for coming here and being part of today's momentous occasion. Please join us for high tea at the Annex Hall. Thank you. Can we have the awardees please come forward for a